Hello and welcome to the first of my strategy game playthroughs. I love me strategy games, and so I'm going to record myself playing them and put it out there to the interwebs. So um, I also am pretty happy with very, very boring looking people and company names. So we're just going to go with all of this. So Rise of Industry 2, this is the Next Fest demo. And what we're going to be doing here is just running through this, and I'm going to try to basically complete the demo. So I want to kind of jump right in. Not a big fan of just kind of going through absolutely every option, but the main thing to see here is we're going to be Alfred Lawrence of Lawrence Logistics and Export, and we are going with um, of the strategy options. I like the idea of anything that improves our research because generally something else is, we've got oh, we can save some money. Um, this could be good for obviously moving goods around a little more, but that ultimately really still just saves you money, right? Because it just means you have to buy more facilities and buy more trucks. So research always seems like the hardest thing to get. I'm going to go with that. And we're going to move through. And then over here, you see that we start with 10 grand in cash, 50 research points. But really, we're going to be getting a bunch more money from our first investor. So and then on our executive team, we have Wilma here as a VP of Sales. And Wilma, and this happens a lot, you'll notice that Wilma has traits that really impact other things. So would be better off as a VP of Operations. Not so good at research, so we wouldn't put her in charge of research. Executive assistant, I haven't actually figured out beyond you can move them up to a better position for what they do, but otherwise I think they don't seem to. I'm not sure what they actually do for you in terms of improving stats for the CEO. Anyway, so we're gonna continue on. There's only one scenario available in this demo in Cleveland, and I think that is about it. Select executives. We select them, and now we have them. Don't really know what happens if you don't select them, but off we go. And actually, it looks like oh, we can actually get more transfer from reserves. Never done that before. Okay, sure, I'll take 10 grand out of reserves. And then research. Oh, okay, great. Sure, I'll take free stuff. I don't know what it's doing in reserve. I suppose in the ongoing campaign, you maybe get to bank that, and you can decide if the scenario you're about to play is more difficult, so you're going to use what you have in reserve. Who knows? Okay, well, this loading is a bit on the long side. I might cut it out. Actually, that wasn't too bad. All right, let it play through this. Fun.
It was not a bribe. I accidentally dropped the envelope of cash while visiting the precinct. You know, kid, the moment I saw you, I said to myself, this kid's got something. A little rough around the edges, sure. A lack of style, maybe. Bad haircut. But the kid's got something. And then I said to myself, you know what this kid's got? Raw materials, baby. The kind of raw materials you find in Cleveland, Ohio, home of the Cleveland Browns, birthplace of rock and roll, and your first stop on the way to the top. This city is sitting on a metaphorical goldmine of natural resources, all of it waiting for someone to come along and extract those raw materials so they can be transformed into something truly spectacular, just like I'm going to do with you. So I want you to get out there and show this nation that the heart of industry is still beating in Cleveland, Ohio. And for God's sakes, would you please do something about that hair? You're making us look bad.
So I'm a fan of FMV in videos. I grew up in the FMV era, the games of the 90s. So yeah, I'm all into it. And plus, this is all set in 80s America. So height of capitalism at the time. And so yeah, sure. It's cool. Okay, anyway, so we're basically going to be going with the metallurgic industries to match the scenario here. Now, so here's our big first decision, and so basically you have two investors you can choose from, and this investor is all about the steel. We can see that what they will do is they'll give us $300,000, and then they expect these goals from us, and so they want us to produce a total, or at least, you know, this minimum amount of 450 coils of carbon steel. They want us also producing iron and coal, which is how you make the steel, so that goes hand in hand. They want us to sell that carbon steel, and we're going to need to sell because essentially we don't have unlimited storage. So as we produce this carbon steel, we need to sell it anyway and obviously make money and hit a certain amount of revenue in a 30-day period. So it all goes hand in hand with each other. So we're going to take that. The other one puts us into glass manufacturing, which is a little bit more of a complicated production chain. You can always come back, like these investors do come back through a campaign. So I'd rather get started with steel and kind of stick to the steel chain. So let's do that. Accept the offer, continue. And that is it. And then, so we have the game on pause. And just a quick tour here, you can see that we've got our headquarters here. We have the city of Cleveland over there. And for now in the demo, it seems that the only real thing the city does for us is provides workers. So you can see here that we have 72 employees and 296 houses for them. And so we just need to make sure to keep housing in the city available as we increase our workers. And to do that, we just pay the city to build more houses. There are ways to get that funding, through research and/or executives and whatnot. So that's all the city really does for now. I'd be interested to see if it later does other things like, for instance, the first rise of industry actually. The cities were where the demand for goods came from. So you'd actually want to ship your goods over to the city, but that is not how we do it in this one. And there's nothing else on the map here. We do have an airport, but we see that the airport is not available in the demo. Same with the harbor over here. So I'm sure these will be other opportunities to buy and sell goods. And that's about it. The other thing I want to kind of show right off the bat is one of the overlays here is our resources. So you can see that the map that we've been given, the natural resources are sand, water, and iron ore. However, there are lots that we can purchase. So if I move over to land management here, you can see that the map has been divided into these lots by F5, F6, etc. And as you uncover certain lots, you can survey them for more resources. So yeah, ultimately, since one of the goals is to produce coal, and we don't yet know where coal is, we will want to be surveying for that at some point. But for now, but ultimately, you can also buy a lot of resources in. Another thing, I guess, before we get started, is just one of the other kind of cooler things about this particular industry game is this idea of having both a staff of VPs that give you not only buffs to certain things, but also they have individual abilities that you can trigger and get something out of. And then also, we basically have our connections, our social network of work connections, and we manage with each person. We have they have an opinion of us, which will affect what kind of deals we can do, and then we also have an influence rating with them that we can spend to do things. So for instance, right here, this is the CEO of Badger Environmental. Not really sure what that does. Let's look at a company that I don't know, it's more obvious, like National Mining. Not sure what they mine, but they're obviously a mining company. And you can see that at National Mining, there's a VP of sales here, and we don't know them, right? But what we can do is we can go to manage relationship, and we can ask for an introduction to someone within the company they know, and that way we could get a connection to their salesperson and set up a deal and that sort of thing. As you can see here, it says it costs 15 influence to get an introduction from them. And what we can do is spend $500 in cash to take them out for lunch, and that will get us some amount of influence. It doesn't tell you exactly how much. And so, that can be a way to get those introductions, and there are other options later. But so this is kind of a cool little mechanism of improving your abilities to sell and buy goods at better rates. It's not fully fleshed out yet, because especially it seems like most things you sell, it's the same with whatever company. All right, so that was mainly what I want to go for, but actually, before we unpause, I am going to go ahead and immediately, we want to go ahead and get hiring of these people. They do cost, so they all also have the same salary, it seems. So like 100 a day. So what is that, $3,000 a month approximately? So, they probably, you could hold off on hiring too many things, but we definitely want to get our research improved, because research is, as always, very important. So I want a researcher. And then the operations VP, they actually are the only, without them, you can't buy more land. So we are going to need to buy land relatively quickly. So I want both of them. So let's go ahead and build and get our, and then the VP of Human Resources will actually make finding candidates better. So arguably you want that first, but I'm going to skip that. Let's just take a candidate, and we can always, get better ones later. So yeah, so basically our recruiter gets on the phone, and they'll get back to us in some time. And so, we'll let days run by to do that. Now, we've got a message here from our buddy on the TV there, and this is essentially a kind of, I don't know whether this is easy, medium, hard, but essentially, he's offering to say either give us a bunch of help and like task list, or give us a little bit of help, and then he'll give us $100,000 more to get going, or we tell him like we don't want more information from him or guidance. We're just going to take all the money and get going. And I'm going to do that since I'm a bit more familiar with the game now, and I don't know, just make it a bit more interesting. All right, so we've got 560,000, and I mean, ultimately, we do have a, we have some goals here to take care of, right? So we want to get going on making carbon steel. I believe there is actually, that's the goals, but then I thought you can also bring up kind of individual. No, I guess no. So without Frankie's help, we don't get a little goal list here, but that's fine. Okay, so there's a very nice product manual here, which is, a lot of these kind of production games I find do not do good jobs of documenting the production chain. And with complicated production games like this, you really want that. So I think this is a really good place. It could be improved a bit, but it's otherwise pretty good. It's generally pretty good. So, we need to make carbon steel, right? So I'm going to search for carbon steel here. And you can see immediately that carbon steel, we can't buy it. We don't know anyone who actually sells it to us. And we don't really want to. We want to produce it so that, because we should be able to produce it cheaper. Hopefully we can produce 1 unit of carbon steel cheaper than $375. To make carbon steel, you can see it's going to require iron ore, which we already have a plot for, and then some coal. And if we click on each of these, like I click on iron ore, you can see individual ore has a market price of 60, but we're going to be actually mining that out of the ground. And coal is only $17 a unit. And then the actual to make the carbon steel, we will do it in a blast furnace, and it requires 2 coal, 4 iron. So that's pretty good, right? Like the coal would be $34 to buy. The iron we're going to be making, and then we can actually sell the steel for $375. So, as long as it doesn't cost us, $320 to make, we're going to be in profit. So then the only other thing is can we actually build a carbon blast steel furnace? And you see it says it's available. That means that we have the required technology right here, so we're good to go there. And to make that steel, we actually need this metallurgy complex, so we can build that. But actually, before we need this complex, we are also going to need to be able to get the iron out of the ground and buy some coal. So let's get all that underway. So, okay, we've got our iron right here. we're going to build our first complex here, a mining complex. So the way everything works in this game is that you essentially allocate a space of land where you're going to have all of your internal buildings for that particular thing, which is a pretty, I like this mechanism. So, we want it to be over the iron ore and available. And then the interesting thing is there is that little bit of jigsaw Tetris game trying to optimize exactly like sort of the best spot for it. I'm going to do this, like that covers the whole iron ore area. The issue is really that how many iron pits can we get over these resources? So the funny thing about the game is that you only need one square. Like if I put a pit over that one square, I get the same amount of iron as if I put a pit over all of these squares. So you want to try to figure out a way that you can get the most pits possible, so that you don't have to build another complex or whatnot. So hopefully that's fine with it jammed up against there. You're not going to be able to build like 10, 20 pits. You won't be able to run electricity for that anyway, but we should be able to get enough pits in here that we care about. Okay, so this is our central office. Every complex has a central office, and it needs a connection to the main road, which is currently running over here. So we just want to put this somewhere along here. The other thing is that, in general, you want to keep the area closest to road as open as possible for the loading bays. So we'll go ahead and put our complex over here, and then let's immediately connect that up to the road, because nothing can happen until it has a road connection, because then the construction workers come out of our headquarters and start building. So we'll have that. And then we basically need all of these sort of internal complex stuff. So I like to get the utilities up and running first. So note that like the key thing that we're actually going to be running is our iron ore mine. And we can see here that it requires 300 kilowatts of electricity, 500 cubic meters of water. Okay, so under our utilities here, a single power line connector runs in 2400 kilowatts, and our water comes in at 4000 cubic meters. So, plenty there. So we only need one of each at first. So I'm going to go ahead and let's go ahead and get that in, and we'll just put these in. We'll aim to line up these, because you might need more as you expand your complex. So we'll aim to line all these up here. And so there's our electricity transformer, and then here is our water. And so all internal buildings must be connected by the internal access road. So that's easy enough. We've already got our road from the head office there, like so. And then obviously the electricity and the water needs to be connected to, wherever we're receiving it from. Currently, both of these utilities, so you can see here this electricity is coming in all the way over here, and it's coming from, we're importing electricity essentially from some agreement, and you can see that right now we have a capacity of 10,000. We can start to modify that, and then the water is the same thing coming in from elsewhere. Note that there is some water on the map. We don't have the technology to get it ourselves, but that could be a way to save us money in the long run instead of buying the water. So for now, we're going to hook into all those. So we're going to hook our power line like so, and our water pipe. The water and the power run together with each other, so I like to just kind of keep them next to each other as much as I can. So that's good. Notice it is a bit funny, the water goes over. This is kind of one of the restrictions, is you can't run the pipes or the electricity along the roads. So you need to you have your road column and your utility column. It's just weird. It's like, I don't know. I'm trying to think when I've seen a water pipe over a road and not, obviously this usually runs underground. Anyway, okay, so that's our utilities. So then what else do we need to mine ore? Well, we need the mine itself. And you can see here that's we talked about the thing. It does need 25 workers, so obviously we're going to keep an eye on worker needs and housing. And you can see it also generates 8 tons of iron a day. And also it generates byproducts, 4 tons every 7 days. So that's weird to do them in separate units, but yeah, something like less than, about half a day. So, we are gonna need to deal with that. at some point, but not immediately. And so here you can see that's how big the mine is, right? And like I said, I could put this mine right here and we're sorted out. It's going to get the exact same amount of iron as if I did that. So, you know, you just kind of want to, you know, obviously not take up, like I do want that space for the loading bays. Actually, before we do this, let's go ahead and we're gonna need storage for what we're mining. So here's how the storage looks. The game has no penalty that I've noticed from having like access roads. Like there's no slowdown. Like if I put the storage all the way over here, which is what I'm actually going to do, and then we put the access road to it, and then again, where do we want this road going? Because if we go through here, you know, this is the thing you're constantly wrestling with. I'm going to go ahead and do it like this way for now, and we'll just, you know, can always change the road layout. But as long as we've got this connection, it's all fine, and there's no decrease, there's no slowdown from this traffic, you know, getting it from here to the storage. So it's good to just kind of jam up all the storage in its own spot. And then I needed to build storage so that I can now build a loading facility for it. So like I said, having this, you know, there is seemingly some logistical management here of, you know, essentially for goods to move, a truck will leave out of here and go to wherever it needs to deliver. So you do want this as near to the road because you will actually see those trucks move. And so we're going to go ahead and do that. And actually, because most goods, well, you know, this we're going to want to end up delivering to wherever we're going to put our metallurgy complex. But, you know, it's going to go to the main road and then somewhere from there. Okay, so, and then we'll obviously need to hook that up to the access road. So, all right. And so the reason I cared about that was it was just figuring out like, well, where's the pit going to go? So, because also I want to make sure we could fit a few loading bays along here. So yeah, we'll keep it like this, and let's build our pit. You know, because this is where you're. So I want to leave this area available for more utilities. So yeah, I mean, you know, ultimately, probably going to use up a big ton of this, but if we put one here, we'd be able to get another one in here. So yeah, we really want to. I'm probably going to do them like this, slice them kind of vertically, and then yeah, the access road is here. So yeah, I think this is the way to do it, because that actually is good. Because what this does is we can fit two in here, and then we could fit a third here. Maybe in the long run we'll end up doing this. I don't know. It does fit. Actually, that does fit. So yeah, so you can see we'd even get a fourth one in that way. So I like that. All right, let's do that. Yeah. I mean, the other option is, I suppose, this, and then, you know, we'd have room for another one here. But I still don't see us fitting more than those three in, so let's do this. Let's do this. All right, and we'll get out the final access road. Okay, so all of that's going to have to get building. We still have plenty of money, though, as you can see. So we could go ahead and get our metallurgy going. We're probably going to have to start time up because I am going to also want to hire our VP of operations and get our lot bought. So maybe I should have gone for the lot first. But yeah, I think what I'd like to do is have the metallurgy on this side. You know, in terms of lot space, I mean, we have this. I suppose we could, like, you don't have to, you know, like if I build the metallurgy here, right? Like, so I don't need the whole lot space. Like the headquarters is taking it up. You can overlap. It's just, you know, the metallurgy I actually do want a lot of space for because I'm probably going to be building a lot of production buildings from it. So actually, yeah, I kind of want this land right next to the mining. So yeah, let's do that. And yeah. So I can't get that yet. So okay, so let's go ahead and get time going. And you know they can get building, and you know honestly, the building it takes quite a while. So you can see that, like I said, they're building out the road, and this complex won't even start building until then. The utilities are getting built at the same time. So I'm just speed this up. There we go. And so now you can see that construction's going, and you see April 6th. So it's going to take 3 days to just even get this building done. The utilities can get built at the same time, which is interesting because I often see the construction, like for instance, these are waiting on a construction crew, the storage yard, the mine shaft. But the utilities can get built by a separate crew, apparently. I think in the headquarters you can see, yes, there's road construction, industrial construction, and then utility construction. So that's why they can build in parallel. And then also the pipes. Yeah, okay. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and speed things up. Because basically I want our recruiter to come back, get us a researcher, and then we also want to get that land. And so we'll get notifications up here. You can see the central office of mining is done. And so that is just a requirement for everything else to even work in the building. Okay, there we go. So our candidate search. Now I've noticed that the first one is always identical. So both of these folks, you can see they've both got the same trait of nervous and procrastinator. So both are negative traits, I assume. Complex manager. So as a researcher, they can't initiate skunkworks. And the same thing. So neither of these are ideal for research because they don't buff the research and they actually restrict it. But we'll take it for now. We can always move them around. And so you can see what this means now is that you see, as long as this job is active, each central office will produce 1 research point a day. So we're actually producing 2 research a day because we have 1 central office in mining, and that I think just produces 1 automatically, and then we get another one from our researcher. And then here you see the skunkworks research that is an interesting one. It's you stop getting this research benefit, but then over 30 days, you'll get some rent. It's like gambling. Can you get more research points from this than here? But they apparently shouldn't be able to do that. I'm not sure. Yeah, like as VP research, they can't initiate it. So I don't know if I try to initiate it, it says I can't. But I just want to let it run its course anyway. Okay, so now we do need our VP of operations. So they're going to go looking for them. Yeah, and then this is still building. Actually, it does look like our mineral storage yard got built. And so soon we will start getting some iron. That is cool. All right. So I'll speed this up again. Yeah, I'm not too bothered as well about like maximum efficiency, like pausing the game, spending down your cash, getting everything running, unpausing. Like there's no actual time limit in this scenario. Like we don't have a certain amount of time to complete these goals, so it doesn't really matter. It's pretty casual. Only way to really lose is if I start getting myself into a lot of debt. But you can see here that you know, I've got buffer right now, right? Okay, so okay, now you see these guys. So this Stanley here has great for VPs. Oh no, careless. Okay, costs more. Okay, so he's even worse for research. And so we're looking for a VP of operations, and neither of these. Okay, yeah, neither of these have anything to do with operations. So I'm just going to say, look, let's say, so that's bad, and that one's bad for complex manager and for research as well. I'm going to take Marion because maybe we'll move her to sales. As you can see, she gets better contracts, so we could always move her to sales. Actually, yeah, let's have a look, because we have a salesperson. What was the salesperson's deal? Oh, so they're, as VP, regional upgrade costs less than that. So they're better at operations and, yeah. Yeah, so let's just move them around right now. I don't think there's a penalty for it. So we're going to reassign Wilma to VP of Operations. And then that means Marion is now in sales. Cool. We hired you for one job and then gave you a completely different job. Sounds actually just like the real corporate world to me. Yeah, okay. Cool. Okay, so great. So I could get more recruiting going, I guess. do I want to take on the expense right away? I don't think we need, like, because we really only want to get this once. Well, actually, no, you know what? The VP of HR does train, so these guys will immediately start getting experience. So yeah, let's go ahead and get one of these as well. Assume we've got the budget for it. All right, so actually, do we need to start time again? I don't think we do. Let's just get to April 14th and stop. Okay, so yeah, so iron ore. So you see, we've got 8 tons of ore in production, and we've already stored up 16 tons. So just as a quick reminder, so we really want to be, and as you can see, we have completed this. Can't produce coal. We want to make, we ultimately want to make 450 coils over 30 days. So I'm actually gonna open my calculator on another screen here. So yeah, so that's 15 a day. Okay. So we know, so we can make 4. Yeah, so okay. Okay, I don't know if I want to scale up all the way to 16 in one go. Let's get, like, let's start making 8. So we'll do 2, and we'll start selling it and make sure that we've got the kind of capacity, and then go. So we're going to need 8 ore and 4 coal a day, and we are making 8 ore. Perfect. Okay, so with 1 pit running, we've got enough to run 2 furnaces. Cool. Okay. So let's go ahead then and get that go. Oh, we need our lot. That's right. Okay. So actually, we've got our VP of operations, so we're going to go ahead and buy that lot I wanted right here. And so we can see here that they will get it for. So basically, you can get rights to just run road and utilities through, or you can get the lot itself. So we're going to go for the lot, and it'll take a day, so that's not bad. Let's go ahead and speed that up. All right, and yeah, who offered that to me? It doesn't say what their name is. They don't have a name. They're unidentifiable. Sure, so we will take it. Looks like they want to charge a little more, but that's fine. Okay, so now we've got this lot. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get out metallurgy. Yeah. And I guess just right next to it. I don't think any reason to. Yeah, let's just put it right next to it. Don't need to overlap. There we go. Okay, so let's put the complex up. So we'll put the office at the top again. Let's get the road connected. I guess we'll keep this as our main road and then just have our access down. Okay, so now we're going to need this carbon steel furnace, and like this doesn't matter where it goes within the lot. We know we're going to want 2 immediately, and then probably 4, maybe even more in the long run. So you know what I'm actually thinking? Let's keep. What do we do here? Because you know we're going to need to run these utilities down as well. Where are they going to run? So we could kind of have a second, like one of these. And you know, could be overthinking, like needing space, but yeah, I'm going to turn this around. You don't lose anything when it hasn't been built yet. So, oh, I don't even have the complex anymore. Okay, cool, even better. Okay, so I think I don't. Anyway, did I just? No, who knows? Okay, yeah, I want to leave 1 space open, 1 grid point. It's hard to see because it kind of like, it's funny, this overlaps within the grid, but my take is that this is the outer side of it. So this is an overlap. Okay, let's do that. And then I'm even gonna, let's go ahead and put an access road there. That will give us, how many do we need for this? 1, 2, 3 it looks like. So yeah, let's do 3. Needs 3 in the access road, so we'll do that. All right, and then the road can come up here. And we can probably just get rid of that. All right, and then so we're gonna want let's get those utilities in. So power line connector. And yeah, so that goes right to the access road. You can even go jam it right up there. And a water connector. And then let's get that hooked in. So can't run along the road. Yeah, so we'll start there, I guess. There we go. And then we'll go down there. And I'll just, I mean, you could really run the whole way. I don't know how far we're going to need it, but let's, it doesn't matter. You can always extend it later, so I'll just go to there. Okay, and then we need the water as well. Just run it along the same thing. All right, cool. Okay. And then, now the only other thing, see it, it's like always thinking ahead, but there are, you can use a conveyor system. We do not have the tech. The tech costs 900. It's not worth it. We're going to probably need other tech. But, you know, basically in the a little down the line, we might want to build like a conveyor, and you can basically just put one receiver here, one sender here, or vice versa, and send the iron directly across. So yeah, but we should be okay. All right. So let's just get that access road put together, and then what else do we want? So we will need storage, and we'll throw those all the way in the bottom here. So basically, mineral storage, that's where the iron ore and coal is going to come in, or is going to be held. And then the industrial products, so that's going to be the carbon steel, will be stored here. And then we need loading for both. So we'll just start with a couple of those, and then so one for the minerals, one for the industrial. But like I said, eventually it would be nice to get rid of the mineral loading and just have the iron come in across from here. And we'll still have to deliver coal, but you know, it just saves some there. So hook up the road, and then hook up the internal. Okay, and we will need internal to these. Just go around the far outside for now. Yeah. Okay. What else? What else? So then we actually need the actual furnaces. And so like I said, you know, this should be mostly, you know, the outer edges we'll keep for that, but we really just want to have, so we'll just start doing this, I think, because then we could have one here, two more here, maybe room for up to the 6, but yeah, very least we want 2 of them, right? Or no, so one furnace. No steel. We're in technologies, that's why. There we go. So I'll make 4, and we wanted to go right into 8. So yeah, we need 2 of them. Okay. So we'll do 2. So that's another. Let's just see. I'm not sure what our employee requirements are looking right now, but yeah. Okay, so that should get us going. Okay, so I'm gonna start time and let them start building. And then the only other thing now we need to set up is actually the logistics of getting the iron and coal over here. We need to actually buy some coal, and then you want to set up a contract and send the carbon steel back to headquarters, because that's where the deliveries happen. So to do this, we actually have this deliveries where we are literally setting up trucks to run around. So and you can't do that actually until these loading facilities are built. Let's see, so they're late in the queue. Why? Oh, because of the storage first. Yeah, well, we need storage before we can load anything, so that's fine. So let's keep that. So I'm just gonna speed time up here. All right, trade show's been announced. This is interesting. The trade show, you can send someone over, and they will attempt to get introductions to business that buy or sell this resource. So, kind of don't even want to think that far ahead for now. As long as we have coal, as long as we can buy coal, which I'm pretty sure. So, go to coal. I want to buy, and yeah, we have one guy. I mean, I suppose could get someone else, maybe Maybe we should get someone to sell. Yes, if we do overproduce coal, it might be good to have someone to sell. So yeah, okay, sure. How much does it cost to attend a trade show? 10,000. Doesn't sound a lot, does it? Sure. Okay, so then I guess it doesn't matter who you send, but then when you send them, you know they're not doing whatever they're in the middle of doing. So, um, we need you. Decreasing building construction. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's another reason to have executives, is you can send them on this trade show. You know, I'm torn on this one. I think, so I feel like they'll be off on the trade show and I really need to do a deal or whatever. Could give up some research, I guess. Ugh, hate it. No, you know what? We might let this trade show go by. We'll find out. We'll find out. Let's let everything get going. All right, so yeah, so our recruiter's back at least. And we were hiring for HR. Okay, so as a confident negotiator when HR, worker pay and happiness. Oh, happiness is lower, but pay is lower. Fascinating. Well, happiness is good for now. And then what's their bad side? Complex manager. So we can put them in charge of a complex. Yeah, I think let's do it. Let's work our people. So, okay, and you can see the other thing HR can do is they can hold a seminar, and that basically gains a lot of experience. And this is similar, like if you leave them here, it's just kind of ongoing and they just grant experience points, whereas this is like a one-time big boost. And then they can also send them on the trade show. So maybe actually send them on the trade show. They're just sort of right now. Well, the other thing they can do, I believe, is you know, help us with more hiring. But I think I will send them on the trade show. All right, the 6 days. Yeah, we can live with that. So off they go. Oh, I thought after you have them go to a trade show, what's that? Interesting. I thought I had to tell them what I want to do. Seek to meet candidates for executive roles. Oh, executive. Oh. Oh, each person does something different. So they go look for other people. Seek to learn about new tips. Actually, it's probably worth doing that for technology boost. Interesting. Okay, I thought, and this guy would let you find, right, the salesperson would actually go find more contacts to make contracts with. Okay. All right, okay, that makes a lot more sense, but that's fine. Okay, so we'll see. So they're basically just going to get us new candidates, which I'm not sure we care that much about now. It's a bit of a waste, but whatever. All right. So we'll just keep speeding this up then, because what else are we waiting for? We're waiting for these loading bays to get done so we can set up the logistics, getting our iron and coal. We could start buying coal. Essentially, the way it works is that it usually gets set up. I think the first purchase will be in about a week. So if we want to be ready to go, I mean these are not going to be done. It doesn't tell you how long they take to build, but they're probably going to be quite a while. So I'm not sure it's in that much of a rush. All right, so Thomas Powell's off. Cool. Sure, sounds good. Okay, so it looks like the storage is getting built. Okay, first storage done. What else is going on here? So storage. Oh, so there we go. So the trade show, what did it get us? Introduce you to Bernard Connors, a promising candidate. Okay. Are you? Promising candidate for your various roles. Okay. Hi, Bernard. He's a good complex manager, not a good sales guy. So, sure. You can get me more introductions and stuff. I guess it gives us more opportunities and things. You know, $500 is so cheap. I feel like I might as well always just do it whenever we can go on lunches. Get some influence points. So well, that's me. So he knows me now, and that's it. And everyone else. So he could introduce me to some of these people. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure that's worth a trade show. It's like you just basically get a new contact, a free contact. All right. Okie dokie. Oh, yeah. So we're still waiting to set up those deliveries. Yeah, like I said, I'm not. I don't think it's. Well, actually, okay. Yeah, it's gonna run these. Let's go ahead and get the contract going, even if we stock a little bit more coal than we need. Coal. And so we need 4 coal a day. So this is 5 a day. I think that, I mean, that's definitely enough for now. We can always increase later. So let's do that. Okay, so they're going to get back to us in a day. And our loading bays are done. All right, and so there's our contract. And so you'd buy 5 every 10 days. Oh, see, you do get a benefit from a good relationship. So it is worth. Yeah, so I should take this guy to lunch. I don't know if that improves the contract now or later. So what's his name? Vernon. Hey, Vernon. How do we find you? Connections. Vernon, where are you? I'm going to take you to lunch. Thanks for the deal. Oh, you can do bigger things with him. So if we had a country club sponsorship, so I think that's something HR can do. We could gain even more influence, and it costs 1,500. Interesting. Okay, and then this also needs country club. Enough influence available, at least 12, at least 10. So you sort of, as you have more influence, you can do bigger things. Yeah, we'll go for lunch anyway. So now we have 17 influence with him. I'm not actually sure what we do with the influence versus the opinion, but his opinion of us increased too. So, did the contract get better? I don't know if this contract is particularly better. Anyway, all right, so our loading bays are built. We are buying coal, so we're just going to start setting up those deliveries because yeah, this is going to get. So this isn't built for 5 days, but yeah, let's go ahead and start getting our coal and our iron deliveries set up. So you can see here, we basically just say, okay, so for iron, we want to send from our mine over here, and we need to send 8 of them. Now note that every ton we deliver has a cost. And we also use up these bays. So we've almost used up all of the bays in both complexes. So, you know, it's going to get, you have to build more bays and there's more cost, etc. But so we're getting 8 over then actually, yeah, so to get more coal in, we are going to need another bay here. So let's add one more minerals bay. Add the road. It's already connected to the access road. And then, yeah, so we can't actually, you can't pre-set up deliveries. So we have to let this thing build and actually, so not sure. In a way, we want this to build first, actually. So, yeah, you get to be first. And then I'm going to pause you. So then you should start building. Yeah, because I want to get goods in. Now let's resume you. Uh-oh. Oh no, now this is building out of turn. Whatever, it's just but yeah, I want to be able to get the raw goods in before the factory is even up and running so that it will have something to go with, but it doesn't look, I guess if I pause this, will this start up again? Yeah, okay, there you go. And then I'll resume it, and it's now back in the queue. Weird way to manage it, but yeah. Yeah, that's fine. So this one was closer to being done. Because then at least we can get working on that right away. Okay, and so now because we have our second loading bay, we're going to set up a delivery for the coal. And that's coming from the headquarters because that is coming in from a purchase. And we'll send 4 coal over. And there we go. So we've got our 8 and 4. And on the calendar here, it's nice. It actually gives you a sort of upcoming the upcoming 7 days. So you can see we're going to buy our first coal in 3 days, and then that can start running. And you see there's our trucks who are running. This is the iron coming in. And we can see, let's see, so our storage, yeah, we've got a lot of iron stored up, already 50% full in our storage yard. You can see we've already made a little bit of the byproduct. How do you, yeah, you see it from that. So it's funny, it's not in the catalog. It's one of the things they could improve. So yeah, so what did we say? We're making about a ton of byproducts a day. Okay. Yeah, so we're still good on money. We haven't yet to actually generate any income whatsoever, but I think that's fine. That's about right. Oh, and then we can see, so what's his problem? No coal. So yeah, you can see, didn't quite time it perfect. We still don't have any coal delivered. So that's going to be showing up today. Yeah, so our factory's not working yet. That's fine. All right, coal just got dropped off. So 50 tons of coal. So you can see there's our 50 tons of coal, and then over the course of today, there it goes. So you see 4 tons left of the building, and it's sending 4 a day, so that makes sense. And so we should see the coal show up there, and so 2 of it's already been consumed, and it's already underway. So our first furnace is going, and there's our first carbon steel. So let's go ahead and set up a contract to sell that, because by the time that contract gets done, we will, so all these guys are the same, 15, 15. So actually, okay, before I go, let's go have a drink with you then. Empire Tool, Paul Howard. What's the easiest way to get there? Empire, there we go. Paul Howard. What do I care about? Do I want to meet the salesperson? I don't know. All right. I'm going to go with the CEO. Seems like you want to meet the CEO before you want to, so we'll have lunch. Okay, so now we're at 20 on opinion. And then don't have enough to ask for an introduction. But so we've got better, he should have a better opinion of me. Okay, so let's see if that will mean much for setting up a contract. So new contract, carbon steel, Paul, who just had lunch with the CEO, my VP of sales. So we wanted us, so we're making, was it 4 a day? We're making 8 a day. Ugh, it's annoying you have to go through the whole thing. Can't sort of like, so 8 a day, so 24 divided by 6 is 4, right? So that's 4, so we'd actually need to set up another contract for the other, so that's fine. You can only drop off at headquarters. Okay, so 9 grand. So we'll do the math on that in a bit, but yeah, okay, so go ahead and set up that. Merrill, welcome. Mayor wants to help you get established, so accept a one-time lump fee of 20. That's, who cares, 20,000. I mean, I guess any money's good. Subsidy, so 6 over 30, 6 every 30 days for 4, so it's 24,000. So if I take it as payments, I get 4 grand more. Research points. Now that's, look at that, 1,500 research. I think that's a no-brainer. You cannot buy 1,500 research points for 24 grand. Worker happiness again. Our happiness is +6. Yeah. And then refuse the assistance. No, I will take your free research. Look at that. Now we're cooking. Okay, so yeah. Okay. So, okay, our second furnace is up. Good. So they're both running there. Nice. And see, we have 12 coils at storage. Our iron's very built up. All right, so yeah. Okay, so yeah, interesting. So see, base value 9,000, 20% due to prior relationship. So I think that lunch helped us get even better deal. Because yeah, that sort of, maybe opinion is percentage. Who knows? I'll take it. Extra to 10 thing. Oh, plus we get influence with them. Okay. Cool. And then we can do this again. We can set this up because we're making enough. The only issue is if you do it to capacity and then, there's a disaster at a plant or something, you can get into that, but that's fine. Ooh. That's not good. Okay, so talking of, yeah. So, uh-oh, gonna have trouble delivering on my contract right away. Perfect. Okay, so what's the issue? Okay, it needs 6,000 water, 2,400 electricity. And we're doing 4 water. Okay, so we need one more water, and we need one more power to get us 48. Wait, so electricity needs is 24. Oh, but plus these other buildings. So we're gonna need, I think actually if you go to the office, it tells you, yeah, so we're just shy of our electricity, and then, yeah, so we need one more of each. Build those really quickly, please. Well, I guess that contract hasn't come back yet, so hopefully we'll be able to... we do have a little backlog of coils already built, so we should be okay. Alright, so just keep the electricity coming down, and the water. Alright. So I'm just going to speed that up. Yeah, did we put that contract in place? We did, yeah. So in 6 days they want 24 coils. That's okay, we've got 20 already, we're slightly under... We are underproducing, but we should be fine for the first delivery, and then after that we'll be at equilibrium. So, yeah, what is going on? So sometimes there's a bit of a delay. Power line must be connected to the regional grid. Oh my god, I missed it. Are you kidding me? Look at that. That's annoying. Okay, and then, so it does take a little bit, I think. Okay, so that all got built. Okay, there you go, and the icons go away. So there's sort of like this delay between it comes in and then, like there are trucks coming out of here. I mean, I think they are delivering. I mean, they're obviously not delivering electricity, but I do think they deliver the water. I don't know. They're just maintenance guys. But there's definitely a delay between you hook up and then... Anyway, we're back to max production. We've got 36 coils. We should be fine because, yeah, our first carbon steel we're selling in a day. We've got the 24, got more than that, so we're good. Okay. All right, so how are we doing then? So, yeah, we already produced 44, so we're going to get to 40. So we're not going to get this. We do need to double up the production. So we want to produce 15 coal. So actually, I think my next thing is actually going to be to go look for some coal, because that will also allow us to produce more carbon steel without having to buy more coal. So I think we want to start mining that coal and then get there. Yeah, let's see. And then, yeah, this is just sell a total of 1,000 and then make that money. And I think, honestly, we could math it out, but I'm pretty sure we'll make this revenue by selling, 450 cores every 30 days. I mean, well, you can look that up easy enough, right? So, so it's $375. So 450, selling 450 coils at 375. That's 168,000 in revenue, right? So, and what did it want us to make? 175. Funny. So, but I guess we'll make. Where would the other revenue come from? I don't know. Hopefully something else. Maybe we sell excess iron or maybe excess coal. Uh-oh. What? Oh, no. No. Okay. So I had the coils, but I did not set up a truck to deliver them from the plant to the headquarters, which is where the pickup happens. Wow, that hurts. Okay, so we lose 2 points of relationship and have to pay it. Okay, that's not a terrible penalty, but if we do that, we spend influence points. So it's either we lose a relationship no matter what, but it's either influence points or money. I think we can spare the money. Oh my god, that is very depressing. So anyway, carbon steel. We're sending. Watch me not have the loading bays. No, so we've got enough. So eight steel back to headquarters a day. You know what? Just to get it overloaded, let's go ahead and max that out for now. And I'll bring it back down because there's no reason to keep these. There's no reason to keep any of these here. Might as well like send them all over to headquarters, and then even if gives it a little bit of buffer. Yeah. Well, that was annoying. Now it looks like we're at an hour. So on that sad note, let's at least see. I just want to make sure get this running. I want to see carbon steel. There it is. Okay, sitting right there in headquarters, ready to go. So now we have some coal backlogging up. Yeah, so I think that the reason for that is that we get 5 coal a day, but we only consume 4. So there's something we can sell. I don't know if you can sell 1 coal. And that was actually one of the things we were trying to do, right? Was get a just look to see if we can coal. I want to sell it. I can't sell it yet. So we're trying to find someone. Okay, so let's try to get a contact somewhere. Probably don't want a coal company because they're probably mining. Yeah, they mine. We don't want a mining company. We want someone who actually uses coal. Automotive parts, chemicals maybe. But yeah, you can see they don't. Okay, you can sell carbon steel to them. No, I want someone who, well, maybe tool company. That sounds like someone who would. Oh, it's our friend Paul Howard. Can you intro me to your salesperson yet? Let's see. Oh, we could do a big. Oh no, we don't have that. Okay, so that's the other thing we need to do. Okay, hang on. Ask for an introduction. Yes, we have the influence because we have a contract with them. And so let's get an introduction. Industries, carbon steel. Introduction to Hazel High Industries. Or Lois, let's see. Okay, sure. All right, so now we know Lois, who's the VP of sales there. Okay. We'll take her out to lunch. So you like us more. And then... So, okay, Lois, can we now set up a contract to sell coal to you? No, you do not care. Okay. How do we find what company would want? I mean, they make carbon steel, you would think. Well, they buy carbon steel, so maybe... Discoverable. You have to get a connection with them. Mm-hmm. Supplies, minerals, and ores. Sells coals for use. Yeah, that's the people we're buying coal from. Does it say on any of these? Oh. Okay. Energy? They're involved in carbon coke, which means that they make... I mean, if they make coke, you would think they would want... Alright, so I've got more influence with them. Okay, how do I meet you? Manage the relationship. Sure. Lunch meeting. Oh wait, this is... Okay, June Cunningham, where do you work? Consultant. You're a consultant. You're connected to us. Who is it? Who was I looking at? I need to actually look at the names. Okay. Frontier Energy. No, it's Jane Cunningham. June. You don't know anybody at Gopher Eastern. Okay. Select the mutual friends to get an introduction. Got it. Okay. So I have 12 influence points with you. And I need 15 to get an introduction. Okay. So what I'm really looking for, trying to find a company that wants coal. So again, go for Eastern. That's 12. That's even worse. I have Steel's another Coke one. That's 5. So I really want someone at 15 or... Oh, see, that's pretty good. That's not what I want. Interesting. You'd think there's... Oh, you can filter. Oh, jeez. Okay, coal. Oh, well, that makes it easier. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, at least that's easier to know. Okay, so we're looking for someone we have more than 5 influence with. Yeah, Jane, who I had lunch with. Okay. All right. So at some point, I'm going to go for lunch with her again, and then she'll introduce me, I guess. It's my guess. Jane. Jane, I'm looking for an introduction. Oh, okay. Wait until June 20th. Oh, I've got to wait a month. That's sad. Okay. I don't remember. Oh, so yeah, Paul got a bit upset with us because of the delivery. Wow, so that he stays slightly upset with us for half a year. I'm not sure what that was. Is that old? Guessing that was old. What can we do? Can we do something with HR? Hold a seminar. I thought maybe it's PR. All right, let's hire a PR person and let's have Thomas. Yeah, Thomas, you can help us find a better candidate. Oh, interesting. I guess if we know someone we really want, I'm scared to click on things because you can't cancel them. Yeah, let's just do a search. He's going to help us. So by using Thomas, we get 3 candidates instead of 2. All right. Love to see a sale. Love to see our first income. So here we go. In 3 days, we are going to be getting our first sale. Yeah, and so we're also going to get into the issue. So our byproducts will build up. I think that's going to be the next thing to deal with. Yeah. So basically, how do we deal with it? I'll talk about that, and then we'll end this video. So the byproducts, basically, you can either dispose of, set up a contract to dispose, and that will cost money, of course. So byproducts, I want to dispose, and we've only got one friend who will do that, Badger Environmental. And so, we'll figure out how much we're actually producing. But you can see basically it's $2,000. Yeah, so it's so every 3.5 tons a day is $2,000 to get rid of. Oh, look, it does some of the math for you. So $2,000 to get rid of 3.5 tons. So, that all kinds of profits. I mean, we're making, we're making 10 every 6 days. What was that again? Yeah, I mean, so, it's approximately the same, right? So assume we're making that amount of solid byproduct right now. Because, yeah, what did we say? It's about 1/2 ton from the iron ore. Find out how much it is from the metallurgy. So, still, it's $2,000 out of profits. We're only making 10 in revenue. Plus, we're spending $1,000 on the coal. So, yeah, I don't love it. I'd much rather dispose of it ourselves, which would require waste disposal. Not that. Let's do byproduct. Yeah, so solid byproducts. So you can see, so with an incinerator, it actually makes electricity. So, so we can get rid of the byproducts and get rid of 4 a day with a single incinerator. And so we know that was approximately $2,000. So just by using the incinerator, we can get, we're saving ourselves the $2,000 every week. Plus, we're generating some electricity, which hopefully will also save us more money because we'll we'll avoid paying for more electricity. So to get into this, we need the technology, waste incineration. You can actually dump before you incinerate. So for instance, the waste processing complex requires just being able to build a dump. So we can actually just at least store a bunch before we start incinerating it. And so that requires solid byproduct stockpiles, and it's 900 research. So that 1500 research really helps to even just go right into that. So the question though is going to be, are we going to do that, or are we going to start mining coal? Because we don't have coal mines either, and that's 400 research. We actually have enough for both. So, that's going to be the decision for next time. While I was chatting there, did I miss the... I didn't. We're going to end on a good note and end on a sale, I say. 'Cause, yeah, we've yet to make money. We're going to end with our first revenue. What's going on here? Yeah, so there's our 3 recruits. So we were hiring for PR. Okay. Oh, look at these guys. They have levels with extra stuff. So, okay, so good for VP of Ops. Not good on sales. Focused on micromanaging. As VP of Operations, with each new level, factory utilities -5. Loading rate. So that sounds great. So we could just put him in operations. Research, not good with research. Luddite, probably not good either. But then have this VP spend extra time getting to know ins and outs of City Hall. Okay, so save some money on housing. VP of Sales. So better sales. Embrace inner tech. Ooh, with each new level, new technologies research. Oh, I like that. And our current VP of Research was not amazing, I believe. Didn't have any research abilities. So even though they weren't, maybe just shove someone in PR that doesn't have any speciality in it, but this guy goes to research. I think that's the way. Okay, Victor, we're going to hire you. And then, yeah, so what's our research guy? Yeah, he does nothing. He's actually negative for research because he can't initiate whatever that skunk work. So, okay, PR dude, you are actually going to go and be our research guy. And then maybe we leave you PR because you don't negatively impact anything there. So yeah, we'll leave you in PR then. Okay, so research fella, just want to check. So what were you doing for us? Yeah, you're making as allows complex managers to start the field. Oh, okay. So just being in it, actually, it didn't even have to be VP of Research. You've just made it that new techs are 10% less. Okay, and then as VP Research, complex managers can start field research. Okay, so that's something we haven't hired yet. Is note that for each of our complexes, we can have a separate manager, which is actually worth doing. I think now that we've got this going, let's go ahead and have Thomas here look for a candidate, 3 candidates for the complex manager. Yeah, sounds good. Because they can improve efficiency, there, and that's our main product right now. So why not? All right. Oh, and now our PR guy. So their default ability lets them just potentially improve our chance at housing. They're making on a company picnic. Okay, so that just improves morale. Fine. We don't have that problem yet. Oh, look at that. Our VP of HR is making everything -5. Oh, that's right, because they make things cheaper, but they upset the people. Okay, and then there's the country club sponsorship. With a corporate sponsorship, you'll be able to make use of the country club for golf and squash. So yeah, so this will let us... So actually, we probably want to... It's expensive, though. What was that? 50k. I'm not great. Now that sounds... Okay, but basically we do that, especially since we only have it 3 months, which means, I assume we've only got 3 months to take people to lunch and stuff. So, yeah. So I'm going to do that at some point, and then we want to set up that relationship with the coal, with our person, who's our connection now. Be nice. I wonder if you can bookmark them, because it was... Who was it? It was June. Yeah, June. Can we bookmark you, June? No, because that's who we think June will intro us to the salesperson who will then buy coal from us so that we can get a little more revenue in. Yeah, we can't go to lunch with you, that was right. But can we take you out to the golf club? I don't know. We'll find out. Okay, I think that is good. Oh wait, we want to earn our damn money. Four days. Oh, now we have to save. The save is quite slow. Actually, that wasn't too bad. I've seen it go much slower. I'm just gonna let these days pass here. I mean, maybe there's more I could be doing. We do have money, but like I said, want to end the video, and there we go. All right, so oh yeah, these cargo things, but that's not in the demo, so it doesn't. Yeah, we can't do anything with that. But yeah, schedule pickup, 24 coils, 10 grand made, and there's our yeah, our first revenue. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so this is a projection then, because we certainly did not make that in the last 7 days. I guess it's a projection. That is a weird. Yeah, I can't figure that out because we didn't sell. That was our first sale, and 7 days. Yeah, I mean, I guess 1 week later you'd make that. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. I think it's a projection. Cool. Okay. So, you know, in general, though, what we can see here, we're making 10A and spending about 2, so that's good. I think actually what we're going to want to do is, and actually we have the, yeah, so that all our coils are moved over. I actually want to, okay, before we quit here, let's drop that delivery back down, because we're spending more than we need to on deliveries. We're making 8, so we only need to send 8. Okay, and then I really think, yeah, I mean, I guess what we could be doing with this is we could just buy more coal for now, because it's definitely profitable. Buy more coal, set up 2 more of these, and sell 16 a day, and that would really, you know, that would get our revenue up, double our revenue, basically. We'll just set up a contract with one of the other buyers. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do next time. All right, so we're going to go to save. Yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you at the next one.